Aloha! You made it. Week 2.
That's right.
Good
It's
job.
Marriage Monday, and we're so happy to be back with you guys.
Yeah, you're probably finding ways to survive without going insane while you're on quarantine. And one of Cindy's favorite things that she's discovered is the joy of
Puzzles. I like puzzles. Don't shoot me.
I don't.
They're a lot of fun. This one was probably one of the hardest ones I've ever done. It was 1,000 pieces, tiny pieces,
Yeah.
intricate pictures. It's a classic car show. Anyway, it took a long time. It took me the whole first week
Yeah.
of just staying up way too late at night and putting the pieces together. A lot of help from the kids because you're
Yeah.
not much of a puzzle guy.
No, it drives me crazy just the thought of it. But I did notice the key to being able to put all these small pieces together is
Yeah.
you kept checking the big picture.
It's little, but it's the big picture.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't have done it without having
and
something
I saw
to
you
look
holding
at.
like the piece up next to it to see
Yeah.
where it would go, right?
Right.
And I think this is why we're so frustrated right now is because none of us actually have the big picture. None of us have ever lived through a pandemic before. Even our authorities, they're all trying to figure it out, but they only got pieces of the puzzle,
Right.
and that can really steal our peace really quickly.
No, it sure can.
And so Cindy and I we want to remind you guys that even though we don't have all the pieces, we do have a few pieces here. And the pieces that you and your spouse have are the key to making your marriage work, making your family work,
These
and
fit
really
together?
asking ourselves on the other side of this. Yeah, they do fit together, I think.
Did you get two pieces that go together?
They do.
keep-
They asking ourselves, what do we want our marriage to look like on the other end? It does go together. I promise you. So
One of the
you've got
things-
some ideas.
Right, yeah. One of the things I just wanted to shout out while we
I hate
try to
puzzles.
make these, this is why we don't do
Really
this
hate
together. This is not a
puzzles.
together thing, this
No.
part here. But one of the things to shout out to all the mamas out there, those of you that are home taking care of kids, any ages, young or older kids. We have a spectrum. We have younger kids and we have teenagers. And as much as you love them, sometimes it can be draining. And the very people we love the most, we can learn to over time get the most frustrated with. And I always have been thinking this last week about Pastor Wayne's statement that you don't realize how hard it is about being a servant. It's hardest when you're treated like one,
Yeah.
right? And there's been many times this last week where I felt like a servant, like the dishes are getting left behind and stuff's not getting done. I'm like, hey, the maid's not working today. 'Cause
Yeah.
we don't have a maid, it's me.
We have never had one.
Yeah, and so one of the things that the Lord's just been reminding me is to make sure that I get my tank filled. Even in a pandemic, that we have to take care of ourselves. Self-care is important. Now, I'm not going to get manis and petties and getting my roots done, obviously.
You don't
but
need it.
self-care, thank you. Coming to Jesus, getting soul care, letting Him fill my tank, refresh my love levels because they deplete very quickly, allowing Him to be my source that I find my joy and my contentment, my anchor in, as well as just the practical stuff like going out for a walk, hitting the treadmill, putting some makeup on every now and then, eating foods that respect my body, that make me feel good, getting enough sleep. Things like that, just real practical things that we don't know how long we're going to be in this. So
Right.
find ways to care for yourself because you're also caring for all those in your house as well.
That's really good. I think, guys, too, if we want to serve our spouse, we have to understand that they have some pieces and we have some pieces, and it's only going to work if we work together. So,
job.
see, look at that. It's a happy face.
It's a bee.
And so we want to ask about love languages. My wife's love language is acts of service. And so when I want to say, I love you, I say that by saying, how can I help you?
That is huge.
And those two things mean the same thing to
if
her.
you say you love me and then you wash my car, I know it's true love.
Yeah. And so I've just been trying to remind myself to ask her that question throughout the day. And it's really been helping. I think each of us have to find out what our spouse's love language is. If it's time spent, well, congratulations, you're going to feel the most loved
are winning.
out of anybody because you're going to get tons of time.
Yeah.
So ultimately, the way that we're going to keep peace, even when we don't have all the pieces, is to continue to say, how can I serve the one that God has given us? Because if we keep this together, we're going to be able to get through this, and our marriage is going to be stronger on the other side.
And ultimately, going back to the big picture is
Yeah.
that God's got us, that He knows what's at the other end of this. We don't. We know that He's faithful. We know that He's good. We know that He's consistent and He's going to take care of us. I know there's many of you guys out there that we've heard from and talked to that jobs are already done and you're in a place of like, I don't know what's next.
Yeah.
Housing, I don't know what's next. But we do know a God that knows what is next.
Yeah.
And that's the big picture that we can come back to. So this Marriage Monday, let us encourage you. God knows the big picture. He's got us.
Yeah.
And make sure you're taking care of yourself so you can take care of those around you.
That's so good. So let us know how we can be praying for you and your marriages and your families. We'll get through this together. God bless.
One piece at a time.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you.